Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Hope so that you all are well and safe at your homes. I am going to start lecture number 3, which will help you out to do your assignment number 2. As you already know that we have started chapter number 1, direct and inverse proportion. Before going to start over today's lecture, let's start with the brainstorming. So I'm going to ask you 3 questions and you have to tell me the answer. What is the symbol for direct proportion? Second part is you have to, if you want to write, it's up to you. And if you want to tell, then tell me 3 examples of direct proportion. The third part is that y is equals to kx. You have to tell that what is the relation of y and x in this equation. Okay, starting with today's lecture, which is that other forms of direct proportion, page number 12 from your textbook. Previously, we have learned that y is directly proportional to x. What you can see in this is that both the power for y and x are 1, mean linear power of variables are there. But in this section, powers of x and y is mentioned. It may be 2, it may be 1 by 2, it may be 3. Starting with today's first example, which is worked example number 5, page number 15. For each of the following equations, state the two variables which are directly proportional to each other and explain the answer. It means that we have to tell that which two variables are directly proportional to each other before going to start it. Here instead in part number A, you can see that instead of x, x cube is used. And in part number V, instead of y, y square is used, and instead of x, under root x, it means power of x is 1 by 2. But we have to tell that whether the two variables are directly proportional, which two variables are directly proportional to each other. How we can check it? Here is a note that if y is directly proportional to x, what does it mean? That y is equals to kx, or y divided by x is equals to k. It means that if you want to check the two variables which are, if you have to state the two variables which are directly proportional, how you can check it? By dividing both of them, and their answer must be equals to k. And what is k? K is a constant. So here our first question is y is equals to 5x cube. Starting with their solution, you can write y is equals to 5x cube as y divided by x cube, which is equals to 5. And what is 5? 5 is a constant. It means that y and x cube are directly proportional to each other. Now, in the B part, you can see that what was our B part? Y square is equals to under root x. Starting with its solution, y square is equals to under root x, and you can see the coefficient of this is 1. You can write it as y square divided by under root x, which is equals to 1. And what is 1? Yes, you are right. 1 is the constant. It means that the relation of y squared and under root x is directly proportional. Now, the related questions are practice now number 5 plus exercise number 1b, question number 4, A to D part. If you want to check, if you want to state the two variables which are directly proportional to it, what you are going to do, divide both variables and check if their answer is equal to a constant one. Then what that does, it means that the two variables are directly proportional to each other. Example number 6, you can see that it is stated if y is directly proportional to x square. What does it mean? It means that y is directly proportional to x square. In the first part, okay, and y is equals to 20 when x is equals to 2. In the first part, we have to find an equation connecting x and y. So what is given to us? That y is directly proportional to x square. It means that y is equals to kx square. So for finding an equation, we have to find the value of k, and how we can find it. You can see from your question that value of y is given to us. Similarly, value of x is also given. So putting value of y is equals to 20 and x is equals to 2. Let's suppose this is an equation number 1 in 1. What we will get, y is equals to 20 is equals to k. Now here the value of x is 2 and here the power of x is 2, so 2 power 2. 2 power 2 means that 2 multiply by 2. 20 is equals to k multiply by 4. 20 divided by 4, here 4 is being multiplied, so आप जब इसको यहाँ लेके जाओगे तो 4 क्या होगा, divide, which is equals to k. So what will be the value of k? K is equals to 5. Now putting the value of k, which is equals to 5 in this equation, what we will get, that y is equals to 5x square. Write it over here that y is equals to 5x square. This is the equation that is relating y with x. In the second part, calculate the value of y when x is equals to 3. So we are going to start it with this equation. Y is equals to 5x square and the value of x is given to us. Putting value of x is equals to 3 in this equation. You can write it as in 1. Y will be equals to 5. What is the value for x? 3. And the power of x here is 2. So it means the power of 3 must be equals to 2. Again, what does 3 power 2 means? That you have to write this base how many times? 2 times. Very good. So y is equals to 5 multiplied by 9, which is equals to 45. So for x is equals to 3, value of y is equals to 45. Now in the third part, we have to find the value of x when y is equals to 1.25. So which equation we are going to take? Yes, this equation, which is y is equals to 5x square. Now value of y is given to us, so write it here, putting value of y, which is equals to 1.25. 1.25 is equals to 5x square, as 5 is being multiplying here. So what you are going to do, divide it with 1.25, which is equals to x square. We will get 0.25 is equals to x square. Now here x square is given, but what we have to find, value of x. So for doing it, we are going to taking square root on both sides. It means under root 0.25 is equals to under root x square. What does it mean? That x square under root x square means that x square की power क्या है? 1 by 2. You can write it as x 2 multiplied by 1 by 2, 2 से cancel. So क्या आंसर आता है? X. So you will get x. Now you have to find 0. Square root of 0.25. You will get 0.5. As here it is not mentioned that we have to, whether we have to find the positive value of x or whether we have to find the negative value of x. So when you are going to remove the square root symbol, you will get positive and negative. It means for y is equals to 1.25, value of x is equals to positive and negative 0.5. Part number 4, we have to draw a graph of y against x square. As you already know that the relation of y and x square is a directly proportional. So what we have to find, then the graph of y against x square must be a straight line that passes through the origin. what we are going to do, we are going to make three rows, in which the first one is for x, then for x square, and then for y. Here it is a note. We know that the equation for y is directly proportional to x square is y is equals to k square, and in first part we have done with this equation that y is equals to 5x square. When we are going to take the value of x as 0, the value of x square will also be equals to 0. It means that for 0, the value of y is equals to 5 into 0 is equals to 0. For 1, the value of x square will be 1. It means that for 1, the value of y is equals to 5 into 1, which is equals to 5. So here we are going to write the value of y as 0, and for x squared, value of x squared is 1, and for it the value of y is 5. When we are going to take the value of x2, x square value will become 2 square. It means that y is equals to 5 into 2 square. And what does 2 power 2 means? That 2 is being multiplied with itself how many times? 2 times. It means 5. 2 multiplied by 2 is equals to 5. It means that 5 into 4, which is equals to 20. So here we are going to write it as 20. So ordered pair will become as 0, 0. It means that what is the value for x square? 0. And what is the value of y? 0. For value of x square, which is taken as 1, 5. Then for 4, which is taken as x square's value, then y's value will be equals to 20. So here we are going to plot it. For 0, the value of y is also equals to 0. For 1, the value of y is equals to 1, 5. For the value of x square, which is taken as 4, the value of y is equals to 20. And what you have seen here, that x square is plotted on the x-axis and y is taken on the y-axis. So after plotting all these points, we are going to join these points. So this is the graph for y is equals to 5x square, or y is directly proportional to x square. So the related questions are practice now 6, 1 and 2. I'm going to do the third part by myself, or you can also do the exercise number 1b, question number 1, 2, 3 will be done on the next page, plus question number 5 and 6. I'm going to do practice now 6, part number 3, which is that given that y is directly proportional to x square. What does it means? That y is directly proportional to x square, or y is equals to kx square. Where x is a positive real number, it means that we are going to take the positive values for x, copy and complete the table. We have to complete this table in the second column. In the first column, x and y variables are given to us. In the second column, the value of x is given. We have to find the value of y. In the third column, the value of y is given to us. We have to find the value of x. In the fourth column, you can see that both the value of x and y is given to us. We are going to take these two values to find the constant k. In this, the value in the fifth column, you can see the value of x is given. We have to find the value of y. In the last column, y's value is given to us, and we have to find the x value. So starting with the equation, which is y is equals to kx square. What is y? Putting values, x is equals to 3 and y is equals to 81. Put this in this equation. What is the value of y? 81, which is equals to k, and value of x is given to us, and x has a power 2, so write 3 power 2. What does it means? 3 power 2 means 3 into 3, which is equals to 9. 81 is equals to k multiplied by 9. 81 divided by 9 is equals to k. So we get a value which is k is equals to 9. By choosing this value of k, we can find the value of y. Now for x, which is equals to 2, we have the equation y is equals to kx, and y is we have to find the value of y. What is k? K is 9. And what is x? X is 2. The power of x is 2. So we are going to take the power of 2 as 2. Y is equals to 9 multiplied by 4. Y is equals to 36. So we are going to write 36 here. And for y is equals to 56.25, we have to find the value of x, kx square. What is the value of k? The value of k is 9, so write it here, 9. 56.25 divided by 9 is equals to x square. When we are going to divide 56.25 by 9, we will get 6.25. And after this, we are going to take the square root on both sides so that we can get the value for x. X will be equals to 2.5. So here we get the value of x, which is 2.5. Fourth column is already filled. For 5, similarly you can do you can find the value of y for x is equals to 5, which will come as 225. Do it by yourself. And if you are going to take the value of y as 441, you will get the value of x as 7. You can do the related question is exercise number 1b, question number 7 and question number 8. Now we are going to solve exercise number 1b, question number 3, which is, it is given that y is directly proportional to xn, which means that y is directly proportional to xn, or y is equals to kxn. Write down the value of n. We have to find the value of n. In the first part, you can see that ym square is the area of a square of length x meter. So before going to start the solution, we must know that what is a square. Square is a two-dimensional figure in which length and breadth are the dimensions. All four sides are equal. For example, the length of this side is x centimeter, this side is x centimeter, this side also has a length of x centimeter, and this also has x centimeter length. So I have written here the area is equals to ym square, length is equals to x meter. What is given? What is the area of square? Area of square is equals to L square. In the next step, I am going to put the value. What is the area of square? Y. What is the length? Length which is given to us is x, but here L square is here, so we are going to write x square. In the question, it is given that y is directly proportional to x power n, which implies that y is equals to kxn. We are going to put this value of y in equation number 1. We will get kxn is equals to x power 2. You can see that on both on the left hand side or on the right hand side, the variable is x. If the variables are x, it means their power must be equal to each other, which implies that n is equals to 2. Now in the second part, y centimeter cube is the volume of cube. The unit for volume is centimeter cube, and for the and length, this unit is centimeter. And what is the length for a cube? X. This is a figure of a cube. You can see that this is the height, breadth, and this is the length. And as in a cube, it is a three-dimensional figure. And what are the three dimensions? Length, breadth, and height. Very good. So we have for a cube, the length, breadth, and height must be equal to each other, and here the only length is given, which means that its breadth and height is equal. Now how we can solve it? We know that volume of cube is equals to length cube. What is the volume of the cube here? Y. What is the length? X, and the power must be cube. As here the length has the power 3, so we have to write x power cube. From the part number 1, you can see that the value of y is kxn. We are going to put this value as kxn which is equals to x cube. Therefore y किसके equal है x kx and k. Now again we are going to compare the powers of the variable. This implies that n is equals to 3. So we are going to solve the last example of today's lecture, which is worked example number 7, and what it says that the volume v centimeter cube of a solid is directly proportional to the cube of its radius. Cube of its radius means r cube, and if here comes the square of its radius, what does it mean? R square. And r सेंटीमीटर मीन्स कि उसका रेडियस को हम ऐसे शो करेंगे. व्हेन द रेडियस ऑफ सॉलिड इज 6 सेंटीमीटर, इट्स वॉल्यूम इज 905 सेंटीमीटर क्यूब. सो बिफोर गोइंग टू सॉल्व इट्स फर्स्ट पार्ट, लेट अस टेक अ recap of what is solid. Solid is a three-dimensional object, and in the example of solid, cube, cuboid, cylinder, sphere comes. Here I am mentioning just two example of the solid. Cube is in which the three dimensions are equal, and in cuboid the dimensions are not going to be equal. It means that length, breadth and height are unequal. And the example of cube is die or dice, ice cube or refrigerator is the example of cuboid. In the first part, what we have to find an equation connecting V and R. So from the statement you can see that what is the relation of V and R? V of solid, it means V is directly proportional to what? To the cube of its radius. Cube of its radius mean r cube. We can write it as V is equals to k r cube. So we have to find the value of k, and how we can find it? Here the radius is given to us, so putting value of V, which is equals to 905 centimeter cube, and R, which is equals to 6 centimeter in 1. What is 1? This is 1. 905 is equals to k 6 whole cube. And you know what does 6 cube mean? Yes, you are going to multiply 6 how many times? 3 times. So 905 is equals to k 216. Then divide 905 by 216, which is equals to k. You will get k is equals to 4.189. After finding the value of k, you are going to put this value in equation number 1. You will get V is equals to 4.189 r cube. In the second part, we have to calculate the volume. But we have to find volume of the solid when its radius is 10 centimeter. It means which equation you are going to take? This equation. V is equals to 4.189 r cube. In the second step, we are going to put the value of r, which is equals to 10. You will get V is equals to 4.189 multiplied by 10 whole cube. V is equals to 4.189 multiplied by 1000. We will get the value of V, which is equals to 4189, and the unit for V will be, yes, what will be the unit of our volume? Centimeter cube. For R is equals to 10 V, then V is equals to 4189 centimeter cube. Now the related questions are practice now 7 plus exercise number 1B, question number 9 and question number 10. Allah Hafiz to all of you. Stay safe, stay home. Hope so that you have learned a lot and you will be able now to do your assignment number 2.